Okay, I am going to create project 4 from the Celebrate Today Scrapbooking Workshop from Close to My Heart. So if you haven't checked out the other videos, this is the 4th video in the process of creating the entire scrapbooking workshop called Celebrate Today. So this layout is a 2-page 12 by 12 layout. So we'll do the left page right now, and then we'll finish off with the right page. So again, the workshop pieces are all exclusive to this collection, and I am just finding all the pieces that go on this layout. This project 4 has so many details, and so many of the die cuts are used on this project. I think you're going to love how it all comes together and how easy it is to get so many layers of detail on this layout. So you can see I've got these banner pieces. That center piece is left open on purpose because we're going to nestle our title right into that space. And you have so many of these little half circle colored shapes. They're even colored like watercolor washed backgrounds. And so there's detail to all those little half circles that you're going to fill into these white banners. And the color palette or pattern doesn't really matter. You can kind of put them wherever you want. If you're working on this, you'll have the instruction sheet so you can see exactly how we did it. I didn't even follow that in making this. I just kind of put them in order, in any kind of order that felt good to me as I created both of the layouts. So you can kind of have fun and make it your own. These raspberry cardstock pieces that we cut down in the cutting diagrams work as my photo mats for this. I love from time to time using different colors of photo mats. Mostly my go-to is white, and I love the look of that because it's so crisp and really helps things pop. But this background is so subtle, the nice soft pink watercolor wash of the base page, that the brighter raspberry really helps that those photos pop off the page a little bit. So think about that when you're creating your own layouts. What color of photo mat might be a fun change if you normally stick to white, try something new. So I'm just keeping my one photo as the center focal photo, and then the other as an accent piece. So that can be my little spot for journaling, the date or the name of the person in the photo, whatever you want to put on that fun little tag. And then again, these are all pieces from the die cut sheet. So I'm just layering in the leaves and a flower. I love the watercolor look of so many of these accents. And I love that the leaves are black. I think that's just a fun thing that makes it unique. Most of the time we have the green leaves, and those soft black ones are really fun. So here I've taken the large cake sticker from the sticker sheet, and you can see how big it is. And I am just coating it with the anti-static pouch because it takes the tackiness off of your stickers. So then I can use the foam tape to make it pop up off the page. If I didn't take the stickiness off, then in the areas where the foam tape wasn't completely covered, it might touch the page and stick and then kind of warp the sticker. So by taking the tackiness off, then it kind of creates a die cut, and then I can add the foam tape to that. So a fun use for the anti-static pouch. So now I'm just layering on top of the sticker. I'm layering some of the dies, the fun little watercolor leaf and another one of the flowers. So now I've got the space to add my title. So birthday. Be careful as you take this sticker off the sheet because it is all one piece. And so you want to be really gentle as you pick that piece off, that you don't tear any of the ascenders or descenders on the letters. And so I'm just kind of spacing that. The happy is going to go above it. So you want to make sure that you're placing it just below so that you have room to nestle everything together. So there's also the I, dot to the I, we can't forget that. And now I'm going to go back in, and at the top is that happy banner. And so again, because this workshop was designed with all of the stickers in mind, we want to use everything that comes in the collection. then every other detail was created around that so that it fits perfectly. So I started with the outer two edges so that I can kind of space everything appropriately as I go. But again, it should be no problem because it was all designed to fit just like that. So the happy becomes part of the banner. The birthday is just a big title. And then we've got the other flower stickers. So again, you can see that the die cuts are made to coordinate with the things and the details in the sticker sheet as well. So the two flowers and leaves that are already on the page are from the die cuts. And then this flower that I'm putting at the top is a sticker. I just took the adhesive tackiness of the sticker off and added foam tape. And now I've got three flowers around the page, and they just add a perfect little accent. I'm going back to the exclusive acrylic shapes that come with the Celebrate Today workshop, and I'm taking my pink alcohol marker and coloring some of those stars so that they just have a hint of color as I add them to the layout. You can see it doesn't take much at all to get those acrylic shapes colored, and they dry really quickly, so you can just easily add them to the page. So I'm just using liquid glass to adhere those, and that will dry clear, and then you won't see that adhesive behind. I'm adding sequins as well. You can use any of the shapes and pieces. There's even stars in the sequins pack, so you can mix those in as well. So I like mixing my embellishments. I like that we're using stickers and dies and acrylic shapes and sequins. By pulling in lots of different mediums, that's where you get that elevated look and the detail that really helps pull your eye around the layout and shows a lot of different uses of different product. So we're adding just a few more up there at the top. Couple pieces of sequins. Gotta love the sparkle. It's so fun to tie it all together. So that's everything for the left page. So 2 focal photos, and a lot of the detail is in the large title and the large cake on this left side. Now on the right page, we're going to add a lot of fun details. Look how many pieces of the die cuts are used on this layout. So the black and the raspberry cardstock pieces are things that we pre-cut by following the cutting guide. And then you've got all these awesome Polaroid pieces to the left that I've put there. And they're just ready for you to add some fun photos to. Then you've got all of these little banner pieces. Again, we're going to spend some time just filling in those half circles, but it's so easy and everything's been done for you. Don't stress about the colors. Maybe just make sure you don't put 2 of the same right next to each other if you want that variety. But really, you can just kind of place them wherever you want to fill in each of the little holes. Another really fun thing would be to use these white banners as is and not add the color. So if you want to simplify, or it doesn't quite match your photos, then just use all these banners all white, and that would be really fun. So again, look how easily I can just assemble this whole little process. I'm just picking up all the different half circles and filling them in. There are enough to do all of the circles, but some of them will get covered up. So if you want to save a few of those half circles, you definitely can, but there are enough to fill in every single circle in the kit. So now you can see I have all my banners filled in. It just took a few minutes to get all those in place. And now I'm going to start assembling the page. I'm putting the zip strip at the bottom, just like I did on the left page, to tie that all together. And now the background is going to just be this fun cascading pattern of these banners here. So you've got this one that stays white with the little circles, and you're just going to layer them. Again, you can kind of just eyeball the placement of these. You just want them to kind of create a fun background here. And all the photos are just going to nestle onto this banner. So I'm just having those ends meet up and kind of make it look like it's just been strung across the page. Now adding in the colorful banner pieces. And those are going to layer right on top. This whole page kind of reminds me of like the Day of the Dead and all the fun, colorful details and that party feel and the banners. It all just kind of pulls together, and it's just a fun nod to that. So again, you're just kind of making these crisscross each other and go all the way across the page. And what a fun background that is for the photos that are now going to go in place. So I'm using the cardstock pieces behind the photos so that it kind of helps it stand off of the colorful background there. I'm going to start by dovetailing the bottom of these so that they kind of create that banner shape. And I'm cutting 2 at a time just because they're the exact same size, so it's easy for me to have those match exactly the same, and just to do a couple at a time. This one's a little bigger, so I'm cutting that one separately. And I like to just snip straight up the middle and then cut from corner to the center on each one. These 2 are the same size, so I'll cut those together. And now I've got all of those as banner backgrounds that are just going to be one more fun layer to the banners and to the photos. So I've got these pre-cut Polaroid looking fun watercolor backgrounds for my photos. And I was able to just trim my photos down, little 2x2 photos. There are lots of ways you can do this. Obviously, if you've got lots of negative space in a photo, you can trim it out to keep the focus on the subject matter and just kind of cut out all the extra backgrounds. You can also, there are plenty of apps that allow you to take a 4x6 canvas and drop in photos so that you can crop them to 2x2, but print it as one 4x6 photo. So if you don't print at home and you don't resize your photos yourself, like in a Photoshop or photo editing program, you can easily do it just by simply opening a few different apps and dropping your photos onto one canvas, and then you print it. You can send it off to print to your favorite print shops, and that is a really easy way to still get these different sized photos. So I'm going to add 5 more photos to this layout, which is a really fun way to add a lot of photos, but look at what a fun part of the design of the page that the photos become. So I'm adding the Polaroid part over the black banner piece, and I'm kind of putting them just off to an angle. I'm not lining them up perfectly because, again, they're going to just be hanging from this fun banner that I've created. So you can see here I'm placing that one just up to the top right. Then we'll do another one. Again, adhering that to the banner. And this time, because this one's going to go off to the right side, I'm letting the black cardstock come off to the right side of the photo. So now we'll do this green background. Again, this one's going to go to the left side, so I'm letting that black go right to the side of it. And then we're going to flank both sides of that black one with the pink banners. So again, just fun little details that really pull this page together. You could definitely use foam tape if you wanted these to pop off even more. I love the yellow on top of the pink. It's such a fun splash of color that way. And now we've got a nice balance to where the photos are all placed. And now we're going to use these acrylic shapes that you might have been wondering what in the world those are for. They are going to make our clips kind of like a clothespin. So you can see that the acrylic shape is there, and then I've got a die cut piece that fits perfectly on top of it that looks just like a clothespin. And because we're adding it on the acrylic shape, then it really feels like a real clothespin. It's got the dimension and the detail to that to really make it pop off. And the die cuts are printed to look just like a clothespin, so it's such a fun little detail. You could color them any color you wanted if you felt like you wanted to add something or make it look like wood. You could definitely do that, but they are ready to go, and that's what those fun acrylic shapes were as part of this exclusive kit. So every detail was thought through. We create these layouts with no limits. We just really allow our artists to make a layout that they think would be fun, that has detail and technique and things in it that would be really hard to do on your own, but come together so easily once we're able to plan it out and put it in a workshop and make the die cuts for you and really allow you to explore your creativity as you put the layouts together, but not have to spend a lot of time in the guesswork and the cutting and the prepping. You got to spend the time in the fun process of putting the layout together. So now to finish it off, I've got all my clothespins in place. You can see how it just makes it look like all those photos were clipped right up onto the banners. And now I'm adding a few of the flower details from the die cut sheet and the stickers. So we've got this large floral sticker. I hate cutting it up. I just need the leaves, but you could cut it really carefully and still keep that huge flower for another project. We don't use it on this workshop, but it'd be beautiful somewhere else. So, and then we've got another one of the flower shapes and this beautiful big yellow one. I'm going to use my anti-static tool to take the powder off, or the tackiness off, and now adding some foam tape so I can add that to the page and have it pop up just a little bit. And I'm going to add that one down at the bottom on that center spot. And then you've got a nice visual triangle too with your 3 flowers and leaves there. Now we'll come back to the pieces that embellish the page and finish it off so nicely. You could easily sit and color the stars all at the very beginning. If you know you're going to make all 4 projects of this workshop, you could color each of those stars and just make a bunch of blue and a bunch of pink and have them ready for every project. So you can also definitely leave them clear if you want to just have that subtle star on your page as well. Now I'm just going through the sequence pack, picking a few more of the little pieces to add to the page, bringing in that sparkle and tying it together to the left page as well. Every detail has been thought through for you, and so you can see how beautifully it all comes together. So this is the right page. I'd add my journaling on these spots from the Polaroid. That'd be a great place to add the story, talk about each photo, or bring in the details of the event that you're scrapbooking here. And there it is, the beautiful layout that came together so easily through all of the beautiful die cuts that were already prepared for this kit. I hope you enjoyed seeing it all come together, and hopefully it inspires you to create these exact layouts, knowing how easily it will be to assemble each one.